Welcome back to another podcast, man. Listen, he just gave some good jizz. I had to record. We was going in. I'm like, no, that button ain't on right there. Oh, good. It's on though. Anyways, I'm gonna let him reintroduce himself one more time, man. Listen, I've been trying for months and months and months and months. He here. I respect his time, man. And I'm telling people a little bit about you.
Man, Paris Washington, from Oakdale, Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
Man, I've actually, so about myself, man, I'm actually a real estate developer. I also just got my real estate broker license.
Come on.
So all things real estate. I like to tell people I'm not a jack of all trades and not to do that. But I literally master real estate, and I'm a jack within real estate.
Yes, sir.
All things real estate. So real estate developer.
Come on.
Real estate mentor.
Come on.
Real estate broker.
Come on.
So, man, I've been helping people buy and sell real estate for the last 6-7 years. But, man, that's pretty much a little bit about it.
All right, so listen. It's a tree. So I see you talking about that tree, though.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because I tell people, if you got one stream of income, you're too close to zero.
I agree.
All right, so you got to be on that money.
I agree.
All right, so listen, I see you purchased this big unit. Can you tell the people about the unit, what made you purchase the unit, and just tell them, put them in the right mindset.
For sure. So 21 unit apartment complex, literally right across the street from NRG Stadium, minutes away from Galleria, minutes away from Med Center, minutes away from downtown.
Talk about it.
Man, it's a huge project that I was able to get about 2.5 years ago that made me become the first millionaire in my family.
Talk about it. So listen. No, I need to know something, because you know what really intrigued me about you when you showed your background.
For sure.
Where you came from.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
People got so many excuses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One of my things I tell people, excuses are reasons for being useless.
Yes, sir.
If you want to continue to be useless, give us the same damn excuses, man.
Yes, sir.
So talk about your background, where you came, how you came up, what made, it's something different about you, though.
Yeah.
Because, some people are like, he must be born into a rich family. You know what I'm saying? Let them know, man, how you came up. Like,
oh, man.
Come on, talk about it.
So honestly, my lifestyle was super crazy coming up, man. And when we talk about, like you said, excuses, man, I like when you said that word excuses.
Come on.
And I always tell people, stop with the excuses and just execute.
Ooh, come on.
That's the word that I like to use.
Yes,
Stop with the excuses and just execute. But honestly, a little bit about my story and where I come from. A lot of people like to say they come from the mud. They come from the struggle. They come from the mud. Like, they come from nothing. And when they say that, I really mean that. Like, I really came from that. Like no mother, no father. Foster care systems. Man, I literally used to have to borrow my water to take baths.
Come on, tell the people.
Fill up buckets of water to flush it down the toilet flush, because the toilets didn't work around the house.
Come on.
Rats, roaches, possums living in the cabinetry in the kitchen.
Come on.
I'm all cooking and roaches falling down into the pot.
Man.
The only meal in life was just my school meal that I was getting from school. So, man, just coming from nothing. But at the end of the day, that's really not what it's about. Truly, what it's about right now is building that wealth. And that spoon, that silver spoon that most people literally was fed. I was fed that. So now I want you to know mine is golden. Whenever it hits a little bit. In fact, it's mostly platinum now. When it hit my mouth, so it's like, man, I come from a little bit different struggle, and I come from a little bit of different, mentality. So now I work a lot harder than
so this is the thing I ask people like yourself. How do you give your son?
Yeah.
You eating on the silver spoon, so he eating on it too. For sure. So how do you give him that drive to push him
man, I'm glad
to become like you?
Yeah. So honestly, a lot of, especially like my girl, she always say, like, man, baby, you got to give him balance, because I always tell my son, and honestly, I don't know if you guys know much about trust.
Come on.
But the trust is one of the main things that I set up for my son. So, he really going to have to work for everything. You have to work for everything, like I work, I own an apartment complex. I own multiple single family homes.
Talk about it.
I'm pulling in the bag, so whenever I leave this earth, my son is literally gonna have to go through certain things in order to reach that bag and get that residual income. And he won't receive the whole bag and residual. He only receive 10, 15, 20% of the bag. So once this empire is built and we bringing in multi-million dollars a month, I didn't say annually. He'll only receive a portion of that. He'll have to go through certain things in order to receive that bag, like a bachelor's degree, speak with a financial advisor, actually do the proper things before he can actually receive that.
You know what? I think people need to hear that though, because somebody's gonna say, yeah, his life is good now, but his kid, because a lot of times kids that's been given things, their life, they don't like, your mentality is way different than the regular person.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's when it comes to, it's like, man, like how do you get there? So let's talk a little bit about mindset. All right. If you had to tell this next generation, like how to go get that bag, what should their mindset look like? Go get that bag.
I like that. So honestly, man, you just gotta have a mind that's different than others.
Come on.
You gotta when you wake up every single morning, you gotta start putting yourself on a schedule. When I say schedule, you need to know in detail. Like you hear these great stories about people like Warren Buffett.
Come on.
How he couldn't go to his sons and great grandkids graduations and stuff like that, because they didn't tell him soon enough. And when I say soon enough, I mean like a couple years in advance.
Talk about
You need to know exactly what you're doing down to the T. That's actually why I couldn't make it out to this podcast. Because I got myself on a schedule.
Come on.
I know what my vision. I know.
Talk about it.
Your mind literally got to be like a GPS system, like a navigation system.
Come on.
When you wake up in the morning, you got to be able to type in that address in your mind, and that address is exactly what your lifestyle wants to, what it need to look like. You want to know exactly what that house you want to buy in the future, what the grass smells like at that house, what the leather in that Rolls Royce smells like. You got to know. So you got to be able to visualize. Your mindset got to be in the right place, and you actually got to start surrounding yourself by like-minded people. Because I've been saying this for, the last couple of years of my life.
About it.
You are who you hang around. If you hang around 5 people who sell drugs, you're bound to be the you're bound to be the 6.
Yes, sir.
If you bound, if you hanging around 5 multi-billionaires, you bound to be the 6. So literally, and don't let that go in one ear and out the other. I literally mean that. Surround yourself by like-minded people, and it's people who support your dream and your goal as well.
I tell people all the time, man, stop writing a vision board. You know why? Because your vision board is unrealistic. Now, let me say this. Being unrealistic is the closest thing to poverty.
For sure.
You got a Lambo on the vision board, but you only make $1,000 a month. It's not making sense. You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing I tell people every single time, man. When it comes to, like you said, a GPS, if I gave you my address and I lived in Dallas and you didn't put it in GPS, what happens?
You ain't gonna know how to
get there. So you trying to do your business by yourself is like not having a GPS. A GPS is a mentor. You know what I'm saying? And you need that the correct mindset. So man, there's so many people that see you online, and I'm like, man, you getting it, you traveling, spending time with family. Like, how are you balancing all this?
Oh man, it comes with the schedule. Because man, my goal, man, honestly, major shout out to my guy.
Come on.
That actually got me out the country for the first time.
And
it was about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
It's crazy because I was only just floating around here in the United States. I did Miami. I did California. I did New York. I did Chicago.
Yes, sir.
And he was like, man, honestly, I got to get you out of the country. So I went to Cabo San Lucas for the first time about 2 or 3 years ago, and it changed my life.
Your perspective.
Now, every single time I say I'm traveling, I get out of the country. We're talking Dubai, Tulum, Jamaica, Thailand in September, Amsterdam. I'm going to do all of those things now. But honestly, the only way to do that is to get the bag. There's no way to go and travel out. I mean, because you got to think about it. I mean, traveling out to a spot like Thailand is not a couple pennies. But one thing I want you guys to do is to get very creative with your travel. Because it's ways like me right now, I'm going to give y'all a gym. I go in, and when I renovate my projects, my real estate projects, I mean, you got to think about it. I leverage the bank's money, OPM, TBM, the bank's money, other people's money, right? So whenever I go in and I renovate this project, the bank has about 20,000-30,000 for me in escrow to renovate a project. So what I do is I leverage my credit cards. I use my Amex. I use my Chase credit card, my Sapphire card, and to rack up them points. Because if you really know about credit cards and points, you can travel for free. So
Get
when
the
I
gym.
got that $30,000 in escrow, I use my credit card to go out and buy the materials. I spent about $20,000-$30,000 in materials. And then what I do is I just take the money back that was left in escrow from the bank to pay off the credit card immediately. Now you got $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 to $1 million in points, and now you're using those points to start traveling around the world.
Man, listen,
on a credit card bill.
Listen, y'all better run the play.
Yes, sir.
You better run the play.
Yes, sir.
All right, so it's a word. I got some words I'm gonna ask you. So you tell me, do you need both or not? All right. Yep. So this one is confidence and cockiness. Do you need both or not?
I ain't gonna lie to you. That was like, that is wrong. Confidence or cockiness? Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. So
that's a good one.
That's a real good one. Honestly, I don't think you much without confidence.
I got you.
Like, because confidence comes with just, man, it's crazy because somebody did me yesterday and said, man, honestly, I can show it right now on my phone, so I don't think I'm BSing.
Yes, sir.
You mind if I do that real quick?
Yeah, come on.
I just want to show you real quick.
Come on, man.
I'm BSing.
I love it.
It's so crazy that you said that. It's so crazy that you said that. I want to stop for a second.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
You know, just to show you, like, it's not going something super special.
Because it's nice. I try to tell people this all the time.
This is literally 23 hours ago.
Come on.
Raven the Realtor on Instagram literally just not said, you're so confident when you speak. I love that Real Estate Paris. I buy whatever book you sell.
Hold on. Before you get deep, I tell people, your tribe is your vibe.
Yes, sir.
And your vibe is your vibration.
Yes, sir.
So listen, go ahead, talk about it, man.
So listen, without confidence, without knowledge, you have no confidence. And then for me to walk into a room with the type of confidence that I have, it's honestly because I know what I'm talking about.
Ooh, come on.
And I stay within what I know. I'm not going to try to talk to you about stocks because I don't know anything about stocks.
Come on, stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. I'm not going to try to talk to you about opening up a restaurant because I know anything about opening up a restaurant.
Come on.
So with that confidence, it really just depends. If you need if you're going to use confidence, make sure you're using it with the proper knowledge. You better have the proper knowledge in order to come in with confidence. Now let's be cocky too.
Come on.
Let's bring that Kobe out. Right? Let's bring that Kobe, that Mamba mentality out when we talk about cockiness.
Talk about it.
Think about it. When Kobe was in the league, nobody liked Kobe. Nobody. Why?
Nobody.
Because he was cocky. Not only was he cocky, he was confident too because he knew when he shot that thing.
Hey.
You already knew the ball was going to drop.
Because he put the over 10,000 hours in.
Yes.
So people never want to talk about that.
Nobody
need to put the hours in.
Yes. So that's what I like to do. I like to put. I'm glad you said that.
Yes, sir.
Put in the hours. Like I woke up this morning at 5:30 a.m.
Come on.
You know, and what I did first was I took me a walk. Well, first I prayed.
Come on.
You know, I got to thank the Most High first.
Yes, first. All day.
You know, and then after that, took me a nice walk for about an hour around, and I free up my mind. You know, that's my meditation time. I don't listen to no music.
Yes.
I don't look at no social media. I'm
the same way.
You know, but at the end of the day, let's get back to it, right? Cockiness and confidence. Me personally, to answer your question, I think you need both.
Okay. So I got another word. So humbleness or hunger.
Like hitting me with the major ones today. Like humble, like you definitely got to be humble.
Okay.
But I
hunger in you.
I think you gotta have that dog, though. You gotta have that dog in you because, man, honestly, you would have somebody else that walk in the room, and I'm telling you, now you're going right back to what we talked about earlier.
Yes.
Like either you spoon fed or you not. Like right now, I'm hungry, and honestly, I'm not looking for you to put the spoon up to my face.
Come on.
So honestly, you gotta have that hunger in you, but you also gotta.
I think you gotta mix it up though, and I tell people all the time, I don't need you to bring nothing to the table because I am the table.
For sure,
I'm the table.
That's true.
It's already built, and I got food on it. When you come to the table, just making sure you coming with something.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. So it comes with the whole mindset. So why is it important that people need mentors?
Man, honestly, this is why it's important for you to have a mentor. I think it's super important for you to have a mentor just for clarity.
Okay.
And honestly, to stop you from making a lot of mistakes that so a mentor already made the mistakes.
Yes.
So the reason why it's important for you to have a mentor, because the mentor will be able to actually like knock down that brick wall for you, because usually if you don't have a mentor, you're going to say, oh man, I keep running into a brick wall. Every morning you're going to run into a brick wall. Every day you're going to run into a brick wall. Or you may go a week, 2-3 weeks, a month before you run into a brick wall. But with that mentor, he's going to already know it. She's going to already know what to prepare you for, to where your journey is going to be a lot neater, a lot cleaner, and you'll be able to do things a little bit better than your
So I got to ask you this question, because I see you and your girl both hustling.
Yep.
So how is it important, because me and my wife, we work together.
For sure.
You know, why is it so important for a man to have a wife?
Yep.
He a hustler, but she ain't a hustler. So how is it important for her to be a hustler and him to be a hustler?
Yeah. Well, you know, honestly, that just depends, because a lot of people, you know, still got that 70s mentality.
Okay.
So where the guy gets out and do all of the work.
I got you.
And the female, you know, the wife just stays home and she cook, clean, take care of the kids.
But what if your girl like my girl? You know what I'm saying? Mine's trying to go get the bag too.
Yeah. So, that's me. That's my girl. You know?
I got you.
And honestly, I think it really just depends on your relationship. Every relationship is a little bit different too.
I got you.
But I like that my girl she got that dog in her home. You know, they come happiness, because it actually helps out. You know? So now, like,
she understands.
Oh, she understands, and we both get to splurge on each other.
I got you.
You know, like she buy me Louis, I buy her Gucci.
Hey,
she go out and she buy me a business, I buy her a business.
Come on,
like, you know, and I don't know, like recently, you know, like man, without my girl, man, there's no way I get through a lot of my projects without her. There's no way I come on, man. My 21 unit apartment complex, it's no way I finish that thing without her mentality and her finances able to bring to the table.
And I think men need to hear this, because this is the problem. I tell people, if you a man, you feel like you just totally smarter than your woman, you might be losing out, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I tell people, I'm the muscle, my wife the brains.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's how we become millionaires.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because of, like, listen, I'm gonna run through the wall, but she's gonna be like, hey, whoa.
Yeah.
Let's check some stuff out first.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So it comes with that. So there's a game I call the word game. I tell you an acronym, and then you tell me what you think it means.
Okay.
The first acronym is luck. And the acronym is labor under correct knowledge. What's your thoughts?
Labor under correct knowledge. What's my thought on luck? Labor under correct knowledge. Man, luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
I love it.
You know, it's because I honestly don't even know if I believe in luck.
You got the correct knowledge.
You it's when opportunity meets preparation.
Yes.
You know, it's like, man, when you prepared and you ready for that moment, it's not necessarily luck. It's just that you was ready to take over that moment or at that time. Or you just being in the right place at the right time. And, you know, it goes right back to what I was saying earlier. If you put yourself in the right room, you're going to feel like luck breezed across your face, like this fan is hitting me, and like I can feel it breeze hitting my face right now. It's just because I'm in the right room, and now it feels good just being in it.
Yes. So the next word is poor. Passing over opportunity repeatedly.
Man, my take on poorness is just, man, honestly, you act like you look at homeless people. It's a mindset.
That's true.
You have a choice to whether you want to be poor or you don't want to be poor.
I like that.
But man, you know, man, Lord, please bless all of those that's actually poor as well.
Yes.
But man, it's all mindset. You can get yourself out of a poor mentality. You can get yourself out of a poor mentality. And when I say a poor mentality, I literally mean, like, see, a lot of people, when you hear the word devil, like demon,
of course,
man, you honestly, you thinking like down between you and all the way down like hell, bro. But honestly, no, it could be the people that you surround yourself by. You know, somebody trying to pass you that blunt.
That's true. That's
somebody trying to give you that bottle. In the middle of the day, you have no reason. Poor. You know, like somebody trying to tell you, like, hey, let's go rob the bank. Poor mentality. So I think it's all mindsets. Get yourself out of something like that by literally surrounding yourself by the right environment.
The next word is money. Acronym.
Yeah.
Momentarily owned, not externally yours.
Money, money, money.
It's just a tool.
That's it. You're right. You hit it on the nail. Money is just a tool.
Yes.
And honestly, you want to make sure that you're using money for the right things.
Yes.
Too,
yes.
Because your life's, everybody want to use money for certain type of lifestyles. But this is when you got to bring the humbleness in. This is when you got to bring, when you're talking about money. For an example, I just now opened up a 501c3 called Washington Nurture Ways Foundation. So my goal is to use money that I make to actually give back to kids that went through similar situations like myself.
It's a lot of them.
So we talking about foster care systems.
Yes.
No mother, no father. My goal is to give back scholarships for kids to go to college because I'm the first one to graduate from college and I'm the baby of 4. So I want to use that money.
I got
That's
you.
what you're talking about.
Yes.
You want to use that money to make sure that you can give back. Be humble. You know what I'm saying? And give back to those and thousands and make sure that you can actually add value to people, especially those who need it.
Man, the next word is denial.
Now.
Don't even notice I am lying.
Yep.
Denial.
So glad my boy said denial too. I always got something in my phone.
Come on. Come on.
Now,
yeah.
Hopefully y'all can see this.
Right here.
Hopefully y'all can see this.
Come on.
This is what I'm.
Y'all let it clear up. Hold on, let it clear. Back up a little bit. It is. Nah, it ain't gonna clear.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't have to clear, but I'll go ahead and talk about. My boy asked me about the now. The now is right now. You see this right here? The now. This is a life clock. I wake up every single day. The average Black African American male lives for 79 years. So I put myself on a clock.
Time running out.
People literally like to think that we're cats and we have 9 lives.
Come on.
So right now, you literally got to be able to take advantage of the now. Let's not focus on tomorrow and next week and what you're going to do, how everybody want to get right for, the summer. I want to have my body right. Oh, well, cuddle season coming up next whenever it gets cold. Yeah. Honestly, you thinking too far out now. It's not, especially whenever we talking about business plans and stuff like that. We already know you got to have your 1 year, your 3 year, your 5.
Of course. You got to strategize it out.
You definitely got to strategize it out. But right now, man, it's simply about right now in this moment. How can you make this very second the best second of your life?
And I tell people right now, NOY stands for no opportunity wasted.
Yes.
So we ain't wasting no. Listen, I tell people I'm dying empty. This is book number 1. I got 3 more I'm about to release.
Sir,
I'm dying empty.
Yeah.
I'm dying empty. Every ideal. NOW.
Yes, sir.
No opportunity wasted.
I love it.
We're not wasting no time. This is why I started Why Now Is Your Time podcast.
Yes, sir.
It's to teach people how to design their life, create their brand, and leave their legacy with their own information and products.
Yes,
man.
sir.
So HOPE, HOPE, means help other people excel.
That's it. Help other people excel. You got to do that. Like right now, I honestly whenever I start growing in life, it was after I started helping people.
Come on.
Like, man, I don't think growth happens for anyone in life.
Come on. That's true.
Naturally.
That's true.
Without actually making sure you add value to others.
Well, a closed fist can't receive anything.
That's a true story.
So you got to open up that hand. So you got to give something to receive something.
You got to.
So I always try to tell people it's the mindset, man.
It is.
It's like, what are you got your fist closed,
Agreed.
Trying to fight everybody.
Agreed.
But hey, sometimes you got to give.
That's a true story.
Give is where the blessings lies at.
That's a true story, and it's so crazy. And man, even the people that follows me on social media, they the ones that'll tell you, not just me.
Pouring into them.
I'm telling you, that's what I do. That's why I give away free gems. That's why I give away free ebooks. That's why people can DM me. I'm accessible.
Yes.
But I make sure I put a time on my day to where I'm accessible.
Come on, say that
when
again.
I get out, I'm accessible. But I make sure I put the right time that I am accessible. You can't catch me throughout the whole day. I'm accessible around a certain time, but I want to make sure that I am able to pour into others.
Yes.
Because I remember wishing that I had somebody that I can pour in, somebody that wants to pour into me. Man. So now that I've made it, I want to make sure that those who are going through similar situations where you feel down and you need somebody to pick you up, hope.
So
give somebody hope.
The difference between transaction and reaction.
Man, my man hit me with this today.
The transaction and reaction.
Some transaction is actually being able to go through.
Yes.
Like being able to see it.
Yes.
Like going funneling through whatever it is. I don't care what it is, you're going through it. The reaction to it is basically how you take how you see, how you actually being able. So it's like going through a jungle.
Yes, true.
Transaction to going through the jungle, right? It's gonna be tough.
Yes,
but it's all about how you gonna react to the lions, you know, the cheetahs. Are you fast enough? Are you strong enough? Do you know how to survive? So that's my difference between transaction and reaction.
And I think people they tend to forget like how important it is to understand like. And I tell people, stop building a dream. Stop building a vision board and build a vision environment.
Yep.
The vision environment is what's going to help you get to where you're trying to go.
Agreed.
So because so many times I tell people, I'm like, man, listen. You showed me a vision board you did 3 years ago, and you ain't even and then you trying to do another one every single year, but you ain't capitalized what you supposed to capitalize on, and that's what's the most important thing when it comes to the right. So look, I got this theory. I call it walk around like a plug.
Yep.
All right. Imagine you have to wake up every day.
Yep.
And every 30 minutes you have to plug into something to survive.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
So wherever you plug into will be the source that you receive. So I think it's important that what are you plugging into every day? So what are you telling people every day they should be plugged into? Like, wake up in the morning, I kiss my wife, I plugged into her. Wake up, I go drink my coffee, I plugged into it. So what are some things people should be plugged in every day to become a millionaire?
Man, that's a real good one right there. Things that I think you should plug into every single day.
Come on.
Is making sure that you very, very spiritual. That's the first thing. You got to plug into that first.
Yes, sir.
You also got to plug into knowledge, reading the right books, listening to the right podcasts. Man, you got to plug into also, you got to make, like I said earlier, is also plugging into the right connections. Plugging into things that actually works with your vision board.
Yes.
Whatever you got on your vision board, whether that's you being a rapper, whether that's you being a hairstylist, whether that's you being, a bar owner, whatever it is. Man, I say plug into anything that surrounds yourself by anything that's on your vision board.
Talk about
so whatever you put on that vision board, I don't care what it is. A lot of people like to put the foreign whips on the vision board.
Yeah.
They like to put travel on the vision board. So, all right, that means you need to be plugging in with those exact sources.
How you gonna get there?
Man, like right now, man, do you have the relationship with the owner at Lamborghini? Because you spoke about Lamborghini.
Yes, do you?
Do you have the relationship with the owner there, or the manager there? You want a Rolex, right? Are you plugged in? Like whatever it is, right? Do you want to open up a business? Are you plugged in with those people who run businesses similar to that?
Come on,
you gotta stay around the campfire. That's all.
So Real Estate Paris. Where that name come from? Like, who gave you that name? Did you name yourself, or did you something came off and say, you know what, I'm gonna be Real Estate Paris? So, okay.
Hey, what we talked about earlier? My man said kindness.
Come on.
I named myself Real Estate Paris.
Okay, come on.
The reason why I named myself Real Estate Paris because I worked in the snack food industry back in 2015, 2016 area.
Talk about it.
Man, I graduated from Prairie View A&M, and I went and worked in the snack food industry for a year and a half. Honestly, I come from a hustle mentality. When I say hustle mentality, I mean doing all of the stuff you're not supposed to be doing at 15, 16, 17, and 18.
I've been
in the streets hustling, right? So I had a hustle mentality, and I was always like quick money, fast money. And I was doing it illegally back then. And I started doing it on the legal side, but it just didn't feel right. I wasn't getting it at a fast enough pace. So one thing I said, man, you know what? I'm gonna lead the snack food industry. And man, I'm gonna start out and I'm gonna get into real estate. One thing that got me into real estate was I started watching HGTV, and I was watching people hustle on there. And they wasn't selling the illegal bricks; they was selling the legal bricks for 30, 40. They was putting $30,000-$40,000 into a project and turning it 30, 40 into 90.
Mindset.
And I was like, okay, well, listen. If these random people are on social media and on TV doing this on HGTV, why the heck can't I do it? So listen. So this is actually what I started doing. I got back. I left the snack food industry. I didn't give my VP a 2-week notice because a lot of y'all like to give 2-week notices. Because honestly, when you do a 2-week notice, that literally may mean that you interested in going back to that in the future. I knew I wasn't.
Burn that bridge down.
I burnt the bridge on
I love it.
Because I told myself, listen, I'm going to get my real estate agent license. I started my entrepreneur journey. Mindset. And I look myself in the mirror the same way I'm looking in this camera right now.
Mindset.
And I said, when I pick up real estate, promise you, I promise you,
come on,
I'm going to make the best out of it. And I'm going to tell you what really started making me make the best out of real estate and why I named myself RealEstateParis too.
Come on.
When people give you opportunity,
talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like right now, like, man, I'm a convicted felon. A lot of people don't know that being a felon, there's no way you can get your real estate license.
But God.
Whenever Texas Real Estate Commission's granted me my real estate license.
Talk about it. But God.
Who going back? Who ain't RealEstateParis?
All out, all in. What we doing?
I'm gonna show you. Confidence.
So you know what? I think that's so amazing though, because it's somebody gonna watch this podcast gonna say, man, you know, because you know what? Your story is so amazing because you didn't leave room for excuses, man.
Nah.
You didn't leave no room. You was locked in. It's like, man, look, I come from nothing, but I'm gonna become something.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But it's that whole shift dynamic of like, man, I gotta be successful.
That's a great.
You know, because so many people will see you and it's like, man, I see what he's doing, but I can't become him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you can. But this is what I tell people, DNA. All right? The D stands for you are designed.
Yep.
The N stands for to notice, and the A is your assignment. So there's no competition.
At all.
All right?
At
because
all.
my assignment and your assignment, we could do the same thing and attract different people.
Yep.
And that's the power of collaboration over competition.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
It's the mindset.
Man, you just said it.
Yes.
There's no reason why you can't be. Don't be me, be better than me. That's what I tell my son all the time. I don't want him growing up thinking he gonna be me. I want him to be better than me. But I'm letting you know, it's no reason why you can't do it.
Come on.
Because it all starts up here.
Yes.
Honestly, what got me knowing that I was gonna do it was people telling me that I couldn't do it.
Talk about it.
You poured the fuel, and you also handed me the light. You lit it too.
Come on.
You lit the fire. I ain't even light it.
So this is the thing. I'm gonna ask you a question. The acronym of why. You ever heard of it?
Go for it.
What's hurting you? Because what's hurting you was fuel you.
I'm telling you.
Talk about it.
I'm telling you, you better make sure you have what my man just said right there too. Because what's hurting you can also it can really hurt you too. It can affect you. It can affect you in your relationship. It can affect you in your business. Man, you gotta have that good balance. You gotta also know what fueled the pain. You gotta know what gave you that feeling to make you feel like you on earth by yourself. You also gotta know too how I'm gonna use this to push me into the right direction, because I no longer want to feel alone and feel by myself.
So what's the isolation and elevation? How important is isolation to elevate? I mean, let me ask you, because you know when you're on this journey, like when I became job free 4 years ago, I was by myself. Bro, I'm like, I'm out here by myself in this jungle. And I can't talk to nobody about entrepreneurship because everybody at work. So talk to the people about the isolation, how important to elevate yourself.
Man, honestly, it's going to be tough. It's going to be so tough. And honestly, that's why I feel so good by making sure I can add value to those and make sure I add value to others. Because I don't want to be on that yacht by myself.
That's true.
I don't want to be speeding down Beltway on 59, going into downtown or park, but buying, $200, $300 steak dinners by myself. So, man, you want to make sure that you can put people on that surround you too.
Yes.
Too. And man, we talked about that earlier too, man. So because it's tough trying to do it by yourself. And honestly, it ain't no fun. It's no fun doing it by yourself.
I just told my wife, I said, listen. I told my wife, I said, listen, man, we need to be around more people that's entrepreneur couples.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we meet a lot of people, because I go to a lot of events in Houston.
Gotcha.
I meet a lot of people, but I'm like, man, what the couples that's millionaires we can hang out with. We go do some stuff, because our freedom ain't their freedom.
Yeah.
So they can't move like we can move.
True.
You know? And I tell people all the time, my wife allowed me to walk away from the railroad. She put that battery in my back and say, go get it.
Yeah.
And so I went and got it.
For sure.
Now she job free.
Wow.
So somebody had to make a decision.
Wow.
This is the mindset.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a part of the show. I always ask people, I'm like, man, what's some quotes that either you created or that you live by that can help others?
Man, major shout out to the one and only E.T. And when I say that, like, I remember watching this video when I was in college, and it's a quote that I still live by today. And for those who are big E.T. fans, you're going to know exactly what quote I'm talking about before I even say it.
I already know.
Say it before I say it. I'm going to go back.
You got to want it.
I'm telling you.
You got to want it.
When you want to succeed,
as bad
as you want to breathe,
yes, sir,
then you'll be successful. Take yourself out there into the water right now.
Come on.
And try to go sit down up under that water. You know, like me, whenever I get into the water, I actually try and train. I get into the water, and I was able to survive under the water for 2 minutes and 23 seconds.
Come on, talk about it.
Literally was able to go down there for 2 minutes and 23 seconds. At about a minute 50, you start feeling like you about to go
panic mode.
Panic mode. That's why I put myself on a clock.
Come on.
When you want to succeed that bad, like you want to breathe, like somebody smothering you right now, like on you right now, especially those who claustrophobic and those who can't breathe in like tight areas, you know what it feel like.
Yes.
You know how bad you want to breathe. When you want to succeed that bad,
come on.
Man, honestly, man, that's one of the hardest quotes I've ever heard in my life. And I've been talking about that one for about 10 years now.
Man, and I think that people need to understand like the whole mindset of that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when people connected with you, this is the time I want you to pat yourself on the back, though.
For sure.
What are some things that you're proud that you did that others haven't done? You know what I'm saying? So this is the moment where, I tell people, when we in the frame, we can't see. Sometimes this is the moment I want you to step outside the frame.
For sure.
Look inside the frame of what you did the last 3 to 5 years that you're proud of.
Man. The last 3 to 5, that one right there is it right there. You know, honestly, man, I'm proud that I took risk.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Man, because a lot of people are afraid of taking risk. And honestly, you know, I live by one Monopoly type of quote.
Yeah, I want to talk about that in a second.
Is take the risk or lose the chance. You know, man, when I bought that apartment complex, I got that apartment complex for $825,000. I took the risk of not knowing anything about the multifamily space.
Talk about it.
Now I became a master because I forced my way in. I forced my way to take this risk.
I like
and when I say I took a risk, I had $250,000 in my bank account.
Come on.
I blew the whole $250,000 on buying a 21-unit apartment complex.
Come on.
So when I say take the risk, because most people are all out here and it's all money in. All money in, pay to play. These are Monopoly type of quotes that I live by every single day.
Come on.
So you got to take the risk. And one of the biggest risks that I took within the last 3 or 4 years was buying my apartment complex. I bought it for $825,000. When I took the risk, I was estimating that apartment to only be worth $2.4 million. I took the risk and that thing appraised for $3.3 million.
Man, stop playing.
Bought it for $825,000 and it appraised for $3.3 million.
Man,
that's what I mean by taking a risk or you lose the chance. So I went broke on actually doing something that's going to change the life, not only for myself, but for my family, for generations and generations to come.
Man, you know what? And I think that mindset is like people need to see the vision.
You have to
cast the, you said something earlier is reverse engineer your thinking.
For sure.
So I wrote this play down, and the play I wrote down was I'm only working 7 to 10 hours a week to make $1.8 million.
Love it.
With 4 digital products.
Love it.
And 1 membership site.
Love it.
So look, let me tell you how simple this is.
GPS system.
Hey, let me tell you how clear. So each product only got to sell 100 a month.
Yep.
So we're working on a law of 1%.
Got you.
So the law of 1% means that 10,000 people need to see that product every month. All right. So then now at the end of the year, I only need 100 people to pay $77 a month to join the community. Yep. All right. So then, so now we got over 120 students.
Yep.
All right. Then we break those students. Now I also teach people how to do digital products.
Clear.
So those digital products is $3,500.
Let's go.
It takes me 7 days to do it.
Let's go.
So they come to the studio. We work with it for 2 days. I tell them have a good day. We wrap it up.
Yep.
So now we work only 7 to 10 hours to make $1.8 million.
Wow.
From 4 products.
Wow.
And just got to get, and look, I tell people, I just got to get on Zoom 3 times a week, which is an hour.
Yep.
To feed the community.
Yes, sir.
And now my 168 hours a week is freed up.
Yep.
That's it.
Clarity.
And
you do that with the schedule. That's why I say you got to know what you're doing every 15 minutes of your day.
Yeah. Ooh, come on, talk about
30 minutes, whatever, every hour of your day. You got to understand, you got to know what you're doing when you wake up. What you doing within an hour? What you doing within the next 2 hours after that? You got to know. And everything got to align with your future. Just like you said.
That's
it's on that board. Like, I know right now I gotta balance multiple businesses.
Yes.
A real estate brokerage.
Come on.
A real estate development company. A real estate company that raises capital.
Come on.
To dump back into real estate projects.
He get into everything.
A nonprofit.
Come on.
Family, health, all of this, being spiritual.
Yes,
you got to put all of that on the schedule. So my man know down to the detail on how many things that he need to implement in order to reach a number. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, too. Before we move on to the next topic, is to make sure you don't shoot yourself in the foot. Now shoot yourself low with your numbers. Because I remember when I said, I can't wait to make my first 10,000. I did it quickly. I can't wait to make my first 25,000. I did that like 2-3 months later. I can't wait to make 50. I kept shooting myself.
Progressing.
100. And then when I hit 100, I was like, all right, $250,000. And then I remember after I made the $250,000, I said, all right, now I need to go to 2.5 million. I'm tired of just shooting myself.
Yeah. Come on.
So I did that. $250,000 turned me into a multimillionaire because the apartment is now worth $3.3 million.
Come on.
And I'm no longer shooting myself low no more. So now when we talk, it's no more 21 unit apartment complex. It's 100 plus. It's thousands of units. It's thousands of doors. So now it's developing on a larger scale. So stop thinking like a peanut. Stop having small as a peanut and expand your brain like a watermelon.
Well, this is the thing too, because people go, I just gotta have faith of a mustard seed. I'm like, let me tell you something. You can have that faith of a mustard seed, but a little bit of success can know that you can do it.
True story.
If you can help one person, you can help 1,000.
It's a true story.
So that's the mindset. So let's talk about this brand. I see. I don't really know if you got. I was trying to look though. I see you got something set up. Is it an ebook? Is it okay? So it's an ebook. So let's talk a little bit about this ebook with this.
Yep. So
why should people go buy it?
Oh man, honestly, the ebook is actually free too.
It's free. Okay.
So my ebook is free.
Okay.
But I do have courses.
Okay.
And in my courses, I teach people how to buy, fix, and sell real estate projects.
I love that.
And honestly, it's gonna give you how to do it from the beginning of the book. And then you got books back here. And then that book is gonna tell you a story.
Yes.
And in my course, it tells you literally how to get in from the beginning all the way to the end and exactly how I did it.
So what's the price point if you tell somebody?
So honestly, it just depends, right?
Okay.
So I got courses right now that's in my bio just for $97.
Okay, I got you.
And it is a steal.
That's a steal.
With this $97, I'm not only teaching you how to buy, fix, and sell single family.
Yes.
I'm also giving you everything about the multifamily space.
Come on.
Asset management, project management, where to get your material from.
Crazy.
My boy talked about mentorship earlier. This is what I mean by that.
Yes.
Just for $97, right? And I don't even want to sell you on that.
Come on.
If you see, go and follow me.
The value.
Go and follow me and watch my journey. If that's something you in on, then that's what you do. But I also have mentorship programs as well where people can actually come and work with me. And it's limited to where I only, because my time is very, very, very important.
People got to respect it.
And before I allow somebody to pay me $5,000 or $7,500 for my mentorship programs, I honestly rather use that time to dump into spending time with my family and into spending a lot of quality time on working on multiple businesses. I really don't even be having enough time for mentorships. That's why I actually have the $97 one package for the low.
Come on.
You're able to learn from me, and then we'll bounce back at a later date if you need to get into the mentorship.
And I tell people this because I started podcasting in 2018.
Yes, sir.
And so people, before I got all this fancy stuff, I was ghetto rigging it.
For sure.
You know
For sure. For sure.
So, but I tell people all the time, you said something that was key. Like, you buying the person.
That's true.
People people like, man, I want to learn podcasting. I said, go buy my ebook for $47.
It's easy.
So they go buy the ebook. They say, oh, well, I want more training. I said, I got a 5-hour and 48-minute course on podcasting.
Sure.
It's $297.
Yep.
So, okay. So, well, how do I get access to you? I said, well, $2,500.
That's it.
You can record your first 2 for free.
Yep.
And then you can get half off on this room.
I love it.
And then you don't have to worry about even editing nothing. You just keep podcasting.
Man, I love it.
So this is the play. I tell you, like,
love it.
People pay for your knowledge.
That's
man.
it. That's it.
So I have 2 more questions. So the one question is, how many doors? This is a good question.
I love it.
How many doors do you want to be getting income off of in the next 5 years?
Man, that's a real good question. And I'm glad he asked me that question. So honestly, my doors gotta align.
Okay. Oh, come on.
My future. Because I'm not out here just buying doors just to buy doors.
I got you.
So one thing I like to tell people is like, listen, you gotta know what you want. Clarity. You gotta know what you want, right? So my doors is gonna have to pay for the private jets.
Come on.
It's gonna have to pay for the 10 luxury vehicles.
Yes.
It's gonna have to pay for the mega mansions.
Come on.
I want a house out in California and Los Angeles because it feels home every time I pull up.
Every time you pull up. Yes.
And I already know my goal in order to do these things is gonna cost me anywhere in between about $55,000 to $65,000 a month.
Come on.
So I'm gonna make sure that my doors align to how much it's gonna cost me to live the lifestyle that I want to live.
Talk about it.
So right now, my goal is to reach 197 doors, and that 197 doors, I'll be able to bring in around $60,000.
Did y'all heard that number? Y'all heard that number?
Yeah.
I don't think y'all heard that number. That's passive income.
Yeah, that's passive.
And I like to ask that question, especially for people of your mindset, because it's like, how many doors? I had a dude. He named Kip Edwards. You know him?
Mm-mm.
Well, he's one of 3 black people who own a title company in Texas.
What's the name of the title company?
White Title.
Yeah, I know White.
Okay,
White Title.
Yeah, so that's one of my classmates.
I know exactly.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
You know, he was on the podcast, so we was chopping up. But one thing I learned though, man, is like, it's so important that we connect to the right people.
For sure.
All right, so this is the last part of the podcast, man. Is there any questions you want to ask me? You know what I'm saying? And before you got here, what was your expectations?
Man, honestly, man, you blew out my expectations. Honestly, when I walked in, I was expecting just this little nook. And man, you gotta come and see what my boy have set up over here.
I appreciate it.
And honestly, man, the question I gotta ask for you, and this is the thing that sat on my mind.
Okay.
Because a lot of you guys, like, you don't understand the value of being consistent.
Yes.
So the question I have for you was, why were you so consistent on reaching out to me to get me onto this podcast?
Man, first thing is, I've been watching your videos for a minute, and then my wife used to work with Twala. Okay. And so then I seen you at Kyle event. Yep. And so I was like, okay, cool. All right. So I started following. I'm like, man, you got some gems. You know what I'm saying? Because I love to connect with people. Because people don't know what you do until you really meet them. For sure. Like, you just know me as, oh man, they showing up at Kyle games. This is his wife. Yep. But you don't know, we got the bag too. Oh, I already know. I see it. But I don't really. I'm more of the cocky person. My wife more like, hey, don't tell nobody what we got going on. She's more like, be quiet. Yep. You know, I'm more like, man, people got to know. You got to show them. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they don't believe you till you shit on them. Oh yeah. And that's just the mindset. I hate to be like that. That's true. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, that's what y'all doing. That's true. So, but it is what it is. So. I know the value of you, so I respect the value of you. So when I reach out to people, man, I got like another 80 people coming on this podcast this year. You know, I know what's gonna happen. I already interviewed this year 60. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you guys that's watching. What's gonna happen? Come on, my man been hitting me up consistently, and honestly, if he'd have hit me up once,
I probably wouldn't have came.
Gotcha.
He hit me up twice. He hit me up again. And I'm telling you this just out of respect.
I love it.
Like, if you don't have consistent drive,
you ain't gonna make it.
You ain't gonna make it. So I know them 80 more people that you talking about gonna be here because you doing the same. I feel like I owe that.
Hey.
So when you consistent enough, like honestly, like even with being in real estate, when you consistent enough with a client,
talk about it.
They gonna have no choice but to feel like, man, like I owe this guy.
That's true.
I want to do business with this person.
That's good.
Man, I respect you, bro. Man, I got so much respect.
Yeah, man. Like, I like to be consistent because so many people not consistent. You know, I would get people that would be like, hey, man, I'm going to sign up for your course. Hey, I'm going to do it. I'm like, bro, a pair of lips tell me anything.
A pair of lips.
You know the link. You know the link. Do the link. You know, it's like, well, man, let me talk to you about how to build digital products. I said, first go buy a product and then I'll talk to you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, invest in something. So many people are not investing in themselves, but they're investing in these jobs. My homeboy, he texted me, he said, say, man, you busy? I said, yeah, I'm busy clocking in on my dreams. Yeah. While you clocking in on somebody else. Yeah. You working for 401k. Yep. I'm working for my legacy. That's it. That's my mindset. That's it. That's why I named that thing Monopoly too. It's a mindset. Yes. You wanted to ask me about Monopoly too before we got off. Yes. The reason why I named my company Monopoly Real Estate Investments was because whenever I got into real estate, I flipped my first project within a year of me having my real estate agent license. Now, I'm telling you, you don't need a real estate agent license to start flipping real estate. Gotcha. I bought my first flip. I made $27,000 off my first one. Talk about it. If you guys play Monopoly, you know how many houses you got to buy before you get a hotel. Come on. Gotta buy 4. Come on. I bought my first one, I made $27,000. Come on. I bought my second one, I made $43,000. Come on. I bought my third one, I made $72,000. Come on. I bought my fourth one, I made $110,000. I stacked that cash. I told you $250,000. I used that to go buy my hotel, which was my apartment. My hotel. Yes. I'm gonna drop some game on y'all. I'm gonna drop some secret stuff that I've been holding for a very, very long time. And I'm letting you know that you're one of the first people to find out about this right here on this podcast. Oh my God. Is that I also just created my own Monopoly board game called Lifeopoly. And in Lifeopoly, I'm sharing my journey on how I went literally from rags all the way to riches. When you play the Monopoly board game, you got the first property and you can buy it for the low. You can buy it for dirt cheap. Somebody land on it, they only paying you $15 a month in rent. And then you go all the way around the Park Place and Boardwalk. My boardwalk, right? Is Lake Meadow. It's my 21 unit apartment complex. So I landed on all of these little small places. It got more expensive on my whole way around the board over into my apartment complex. So it's just gonna show my journey, and it's called Lifeopoly. And man, I'm actually gonna bring that out to the media here shortly. Listen, man, because I'm gonna see your picture. I'm gonna see when we get my phone. I'm seeing a picture of what I got the same kind of board game, but it's like how to build your brand. That's dope. And how to build your brand at first, and then from building your brand, building your digital properties, your digital courses, which is your property, and then going around and then creating your community, and then at the end, I'm gonna show you the picture. Dog. That's dope. Right, it's crazy because I think people need, and then I got some affirmation cards I'm about to drop. People need affirmation cards every day. You know what I'm saying? So I think we still people digitally, but people still like physical products too. I agree. You know what I'm saying? So if it's one thing you want to leave them before you get off this podcast, that one thing, look into this camera, that's gonna take them to the next level. What is that one thing? Man, give it to them. Man, P. Diddy said it better. I mean, he said it better than anybody can ever say it. I'm telling you. I'm letting y'all know right now. My boy said it. You gotta have a hustle. You gotta have a mentality like no other. You gotta have this one thing that my boy said. Can't stop, won't stop. Man, listen, man, I thank you guys for watching. He dropped so many gems. I'm going to have all this information popping up. Man, I'm going to put it. Listen, go buy the course.
Sir.
Don't be no fool, man. $97. A millionaire is giving you something for $97. Y'all, boy, don't play with me. Don't play alone. Anyways, man, listen, keep watching me like you watch TV. You're going to watch your mindset change, and you're going to watch your income grow. But most important, Lamborghini said something. They said they don't make commercials because people that they market to, they don't sit on the couch. Y'all be blessed.
Yes, sir. Real Estate Paris in the building.